And I'm fascinated by those differences. Could you tell us more about some of those?
Yeah, another good one is the tunnel. Going back to Susan Blackmore, I think her book was 1992 about kind of debunking near-death experience. It's even though it's as old as it is, it's still kind of the key text that people keep going back to as far as the scientific theories. Um, and she was saying, I think it was lack of oxygen leads to almost like a tunnel vision kind of effect in the dying brain. And so you have the sensation of entering a dark tunnel. Um, but again, cross-culturally, we don't have dark tunnels. There are Polynesian examples where typically they talk about walking along a path or a road to the other world, and they'll even say things like, I saw the footprints in the sand of all the spirits who had walked to the village, the spirit village before me. There's one account where a woman is walking to the spirit village, and she sees a spirit walking back the other direction, who's heading back to his body,
Oh
who had
wow.
just had an NDE, and he's about
Wow.
to wake up. Yeah. So thematically, it's the same. It's still transitioning
Mm,
from the dead body going to this other realm. But yeah, they're strolling along a sandy path, so
mm.
rather than speeding through a tunnel. And another really interesting one is returning to the body is obviously universal. Otherwise, we wouldn't have
Yeah.
accounts of near-death experiences. But the reason for returning varies quite a bit cross-culturally. So, in the kind of contemporary Western examples that we're familiar with, it's usually a case of something unfulfilled in your personal life that you have to deal with. So, you have to take care of your children or your aging parents, or you didn't, finish your PhD or your novel or whatever it is. Um, Whereas in other cultures, it's often a case of mistaken identity. So in India, a few in Japan and other places, where say I would go to the other world in my near-death experience, and the being of light would say, actually, there's been a clerical error. We got the wrong Gregory Shushan. We want the one who lives in upstate New York. And so I would come back to my body, having had my NDE, and this poor other Gregory Shushan in upstate New York would then die permanently.
Wow.
So again, the being sent back to the body is the same, the return is the same, but the reason for the return is obviously culturally, if
Mm,
not individually,
mm.
determined.
That's fascinating.